Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yuri Choi. I'm so glad that you're here today. I have some really powerful tips for you guys today to help you start to access certain areas in your life where you are actually limiting yourself rather than empowering yourself, and you're keeping yourself in certain loops that is actually not serving you. So I hope you find this training to be really helpful and powerful. And if you find this to be helpful at all and you want more content like this, free videos around how to increase your confidence, levels of emotional balance and joy and mindfulness, and you want to learn about all of these fun tips with me, feel free to subscribe. These are some top secret things that I share with my clients that I want to start sharing with you this year. So please subscribe if you haven't. Again, my name is Yuri, and it is so awesome to meet you guys. So today what I wanted to do is highlight three different language patterns or sentences that you might be saying either consciously or unconsciously that's actually keeping you stuck. That's keeping you stuck in a loop. And by starting to become more aware of these language patterns, one, you can start to stop yourself as you go into another loop, keeping yourself stuck in this loop. Right? A lot of times, my clients tell me when they come to me initially that they feel like they're stuck in some kind of loop. They feel like they're a hamster on a wheel. They feel like they're living this rinse, wash, and repeat cycle. And oftentimes it starts with your mindset and your language, either your internal talk or what you're saying out loud, either to yourself or others. So let me share those three tips with you guys that you can start to utilize today to start to shift your mindset and get out of feeling stuck if you are feeling that way. Cool. So again, if you guys haven't already, please feel free to subscribe. Take a moment to subscribe. And let's get into this right away. So number one is always and never. You guys, here's the thing. This is one thing I know. For the most part, most things in life are not permanent. Most things in life are not permanent. The happiness, the sadness, the depression, the stress, all of those things, all the different emotional states, that is almost never going to be permanent. So, it's really, and look how I did that. I'm not perfect by any means. It's that just constant practice of, catching yourself, starting to catch yourself. So you say it less and less. And by becoming aware of it, you start to open up different possibilities, from your conscious mind. And then it goes deeper into your subconscious mind and starts to change the operating system, which is called your belief. So for example, I'll share an example with you guys. So for example, ever since I was young, I've been told by my family that I'm just not flexible. My mom told me this. It was kind of like the running joke of the family that I just wasn't even flexible as an infant. While most infants are sucking on their toes and grabbing their feet, apparently I couldn't do that. So these stories, even though I don't remember, these stories were told to me at a very young age over and over and over again. When there was any talk of, any kind of stretching or flexibility, even before I could try anything, my family would jump in and be like, oh, Yuri is never. She's just never been the flexible one. And guess what? Without questioning, I started to believe it. And guess what? It became true because I started to believe it. And it was only true because I never even gave myself the opportunity to try anything else. Because before I could, it was my language pattern. Whenever the word flexibility was mentioned, guess what? I kept myself in the loop. Oh, flexibility, that's something I can never do. Flexibility, that's something I can never do. It wasn't until I became conscious of that and said, well, maybe what if I can do that? I don't know yet, but what if I can? What if I've never been able to do that until now, but I can? Maybe. Is that a possibility? So then I started, practicing yoga, and it's been 13, 14 years now since I started doing yoga. It's been such a big part of my life. And the other day I was at, I went to a masseuse. The lady was like, oh my gosh, she's trying to, do certain things to my spine. She's like, wow, you are just so flexible. And it's so funny to me because listening to people affirm that to me now, it's like, wow, had I just never questioned these never or always statements that I used to tell myself, I would never be able to manifest this reality where I am affirmed that I am flexible, because I would have never tried. So today I invite you guys to start scanning your language, scanning your life to see, when do you say words like always and never, and how is that really keeping you stuck? Okay, so I'm so excited to share with you guys the second one. But before I go, if you guys have any comments about your experience, or catching yourself saying always or never, or what you think about it, please comment below. I promise, as much as possible, I will comment back, and I want to start this conversation and be able to help you guys that way, especially around this particular topic, because I'm very passionate about it. Okay, number 2, you guys, is it's kind of similar to one, but it's when you say things like, I'm just not that kind of person. Again, this is you writing yourself off before you give yourself an opportunity to try on any other identities, try on any other ways of being. So for example, I have lots of people reaching out to me telling me, I'm such a procrastinator. I've just never been a morning person. Things like that. And they say they want to be, yet their solidified story in their mind is that they are just a procrastinator. I am a procrastinator. Now, you guys, I want you to remember this. Anytime you say the words I am, and anything that comes after that, it is a declaration to the universe saying, this is who I am. And guess what? Your words are powerful. You're a powerful manifester, and you've been creating that reality. So every time you tell yourself, I'm a procrastinator, guess what? Your brain hears it, your body hears it, your cells hear it, your soul hears it. You become more of that. So instead of saying that, how can you start to shift your language? You could say something like, hey, I find myself sometimes procrastinating. I find myself sometimes taking longer to get to my task than I would like to. Even though it feels like a very subtle shift, over time, I promise you, it's going to start to open up your mind to different new possibilities that you've never considered before, just by starting to shift some of that language. So when you start to find yourself saying something like, I'm just not that kind of person, or I am that kind of person, watch out what you say after the words I am, and make sure, is this really serving me, or is this disempowering? And is this an identity I truly want to, affirm to myself over and over again? And if not, find a different way to say that. Okay, so that is number 1. And number 2, I hope you find this to be helpful. And number 3 is a very simple one. And by the way, you guys, if you guys haven't subscribed already, I will be providing you with a lot more tips like this, a lot more videos coming your way. So please, please, please feel free to subscribe. I would love to support you, this year especially. So and number 3 is I don't know. I don't know. Now, it's okay. It's okay to say I don't know. I'm not saying that don't ever, not be authentic, and don't say that you know something when you don't know. That's not what I'm saying. But what if you add yet at the end? What if you say, I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out yet. Because here's the thing, when you just say, I don't know about you guys, different context. I don't know about you guys, but it feels very limiting. It feels very powerless. It feels not empowering. So when you say, though, I don't know yet, that yet actually adds a lot of power back to you, because you're saying, hey, I'm acknowledging I'm being authentic, admitting that I don't know something, but I'm also acknowledging that it's just in time. If I wanted to know, I can. Because guess what, you guys? There's an abundance of information and knowledge out there. You guys are watching on YouTube right now for free and learning things. There's honestly so many things you can learn, whether it's through, available resources, or you can even find other resources or whatever. Also, this affirms your ability to continue to learn and continue to create new possibilities. So don't, if you can, write yourself off just by saying, I don't know. And pick yourself up by saying, I don't know yet. Let me think about that. I don't know yet. Let me figure that out. And then bring yourself back to that place of empowerment and, feeling confident, knowing that you're 100% resourceful. You can always learn something new, although I know I just said the word always, but it's in a way that I hope is empowering for you. And I do believe that is one absolute, is that we do always have an opportunity to change, and that is that one constant. So anyway, so I don't know yet. Let me think about that. This gets to be really powerful. So you guys, I just shared 3 sentences that you get to start to be aware of that I hope you find helpful, and I hope you start to notice when you say these things and start to change it up a little bit. Little incremental changes that's going to mount into bigger changes in your belief system, in your mindset, and breaking free of your limiting beliefs. These are all available for you guys. So again, my name is Coach Yuri, Coach Yuri Choi. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining in, and I will be coming back with more. Have a great day, y'all.